Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So I have a little bit of good news in regard to the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell cases. In January of this year, you may recall the Attorney General for the U.S. Virgin Islands, Denise George, filed a racketeering lawsuit against the estate of Jeffrey Epstein, the accused pedophile and child sex trafficker. If you've been following the show, you know I've been reporting on this matter. Well, now AG George has been granted access to information that remains under seal. So this is a pretty big win. So here's what this is all about. Judge Loretta Preska is presiding over an ongoing case, and it's within her discretion to decide which documents are made public in regard to previous cases against Epstein's longtime girlfriend and accused accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. So Maxwell was sued for defamation by one of their alleged victims named Virginia Roberts Giuffre. The case was settled several years ago. However, that was settled out of court and all documents were sealed. Well, although Judge Preska had agreed to unseal Maxwell's two depositions, the first of which I've reported on here, the second one we're still awaiting because it was put on hold again for some reason. Epstein apparently had also provided a deposition in that case, and that deposition has not been made public. And so far, there's no set date. There's been no talk about whether or not she plans on making that public. So that's what Attorney General George in the U.S. Virgin Islands will finally have access to view. It's Epstein's sealed deposition. That was according to a ruling just 2 days ago by Judge Loretta Preska. So it was on Wednesday of this week. She ruled that by December 10th, so just about 2 weeks from now, Giuffre's attorney must provide a copy of Epstein's deposition and any exhibits that were attached to that document. They're also required to turn over a list of everyone who took part in any deposition involved in that case. And Preska did warn in her ruling that the U.S. Virgin Islands attorneys, quote, shall be subject to sanctions for any unauthorized public disclosure of the identities of Epstein's victims. She also reminded the AG's office that the document and all information contained in it can only be used for that lawsuit in the Virgin Islands. So she's, of course, saying this because she wants the credibility of ongoing lawsuits against Epstein and Maxwell to be preserved. The last thing we want is for Maxwell or Epstein's estate to use any decision as an excuse to cry foul. You don't want them to get cases thrown out on a technicality because they could say, well, I wasn't able to get a fair trial, the jury pool was tainted, there was too much information out there. You also don't want the victims' names necessarily to be made public unless they're okay with that, because they have been subject to death threats and all kinds of stuff, and even their families. And you don't want Maxwell going after them. You know, I did a story a while back about how she had allegedly paid some right-wing operatives to go out and discredit her accusers and to attack them. Anyway, guys, if I hear anything more, of course, I will let you know. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will talk with you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.